Welcome to another episode of the Beyond Business Podcast. If you haven't done it yet, please take the time to smash that subscribe button right underneath this video. Today's guest is someone who understands what it means to perform at the highest level and then have to reinvent yourself when the spotlight shifts. A former Olympic level athlete in the long jump, turned entrepreneur, speaker, and leader, Cherita Odell has built a life around discipline, resilience, and knowing exactly who she is on and off the field. But what makes her story powerful isn't just the success. It's the transition from competition to business to helping others find their value and walk in it with confidence. Because at some point, the medals stop, the applause fades, and you're left with one question: who are you without it? Today, we're diving into the journey, the setbacks, the pivots, and what it really means to know your worth when everything around you is changing. Cherita, welcome to the show. Absolute privilege to sit down with.
Well, thank you. I am honored to be here, and thank you so much for the invitation.
Yes, this is going to be cool. I just really dig it into. I'm an entrepreneur myself, but I think the path that it takes to get there is so many. I mean, I've literally seen 100 different paths personally, and I've never stopped being amazed. But what's really popular amongst a lot of the people that I know is when we get to the point in life where we are now employing people rather than being the employee. One of the best things that a lot of, probably 90% of the people I ask look for is an competitive athletic background, even in the business world, just because we understand. I'm saying we, like I'm one, but I do get this part. The delayed gratification and the stick-to-itiveness and you have to work when the long after and long before any applause gets rung out. You know what I mean? So yes. I think it's really amazing. And to not even know exactly, it's almost like when I heard your past, it was going, I don't know what she's done, but I do know whatever she wants to do, she's probably going to figure out a way to do it. Okay. So here's how I want to start is, where did everything start for you? Like, what kind of kid were you? Long before athletics, of course, long before business, but before that, what kind of, give me a rundown. What was young little you? What was that like?
And that is actually such a good question. Because the truth is, you have to go way back to understand how a person's mind is shaped. So thank you for asking that. I grew up as a happy child. I grew up in a middle-class neighborhood. The advantage I had is that I grew up around boys. I was the only girl.
Oh, so, yeah. You were the tomboy.
Yeah. You know how it goes. Yes. I was the ultimate tomboy. We rode bicycles together around the block after school. And one thing, though, that I discovered pretty early that I was better than them at was running in slippers at the front of the house.
There you go.
And and the beauty of that is that I was able to discover that I could beat them with my slippers on.
Well, so
running in the street.
So that makes it so when you get into a position where you're even competing, I mean, I guess as a child, you don't understand what you're preparing for. It's just life, right? But then to get put on a playing field with a bunch of people who are the same gender, when you're like, I don't have sisters. I don't know what this is. You guys are nothing. I've been getting bullied at home for fun.
Exactly. So I grew up in a world of insults. I grew up with the rough and tumble.
Yeah.
And that was a really good thing in preparing me for life after, primary school, what we call primary school here in secondary school. I had that mindset of being a tough boy. Also, and this is important to note, you can't play this down at all. I was very hardcore into Monopoly. So
okay. That's like the old school entrepreneur game.
Old school Monopoly
property owner game. Yeah.
Yes, I was all about racking up the houses so I could get the
Yeah,
hotel, and
I
I was
got you.
aggressive.
No,
So
that's one of them couple hours that you can play all day if you're playing with people who know what they're doing. That's a fun game
yeah,
still.
yes. So that's when you, without realizing, that business side of you is entrenched, and you didn't have a clue.
For sure.
So yeah, so that's how my school life started. I then had the privilege of getting a track and field scholarship to Rice University, Houston, Texas.
Okay. Well, okay, let's
And
back up. When you were growing up, where was home? Where?
home, beautiful tropical island of Barbados.
Okay. Oh, where you're at now.
Mm.
That was where you grew up.
Yes,
Oh, okay.
yes,
So yeah,
yes.
you don't know what it feels like to take a vacation to paradise because you wake up there.
Ooh. And it's so tempting to take it for granted, but
Oh, of
I
course.
travel often, and when I travel and come back home, you realize, wow, this is what people pay to come to,
Yeah. Hey, I
Yeah,
call it when you get off the plane, where you're at, it's like you step into a postcard compared to where I'm at. You know what I mean? It's like,
it's gorgeous.
yeah, you can
It is
actually see
naturally
things
gorgeous.
more impressive than pictures.
Yes, yes,
No, that's
yes. It is
beautiful.
beautiful.
So you end up
And,
with a scholarship. Now, in
mhm.
Barbados, was high school sports prevalent, or how do you show your stuff? I mean, was that a pretty prevalent thing to where you had bigger schools, high competition in athletics, or how did? Because Houston, I mean, going to Texas for schools, they got their pick in there. That's a big place. Big,
Yes,
everything's bigger in Texas.
yes. Well, one thing I would say is that we do have a great scholastic system here.
Okay,
And every year we have a big competition for all of the secondary schools. So it encourages high level performance. That's why a lot of Caribbean athletes are able to come out and enter into the US system and
right.
do quite well because we have been having, high quality meets here for a long time.
Okay, so was it when you got the scholarship for athletics? Is that correct?
Yes.
So was that something that you're like, yeah, I've worked and but did you already know then that you were an elite athlete and you were going to decide where you were going to go to school for potentially free? Or was it after that when you were in college that you knew like you could be as good as it gets at what you're doing? I don't know if that's a weird question, but
No, that's a good
I guess
question. That's a good question.
what stage did you know like, hey, I might be the one to beat?
I had talent definitely in high school, but there's a saying, the one-eyed man is king in the land of the blind. Here I would have been dominating, but
But
at the time
you knew
the
that it was a
competition was
bigger
not stiff.
picture out there. I mean, you
Correct,
okay.
correct. So even though here I had, school records and I was winning and so forth, I knew that track and field in, let's say, Texas is a beast when
Yeah.
it comes. I knew that I would have been a
Everything.
small fry. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So I knew that I was good at Caribbean level and Barbados level, but I never thought that I was elite by the end of high school.
Oh,
It's when I went into college
so you go
that I
into
started seeing what
college
was
with the
possible.
mindset of going, I have to prove myself. I'm with the elite now. And then at some
Yes,
point you go, okay, maybe I am one of these people.
yes, yes, yes.
Okay.
I would
So
say
the go ahead,
the
sorry.
first 2 years or so, you were just trying to make it in the top 3 or 4 because it's very hard at collegiate level. It's no walk in the park. And I would say in the last 2 years, when I started focusing on long and triple jump only, I realized that if I became a specialist, I think I could go places in this.
Oh, so that was the key of going, although where I came from, I can rule a lot of different events, but if it gets down to where you're going, if I have a bad day, there's 20 people here better than me on a bad day. Like
Yes,
I have to
yes,
focus and become great at something. So
exactly.
does that go with like a specialty training and coach to do them specific events and you go, okay, this is what I'm doing and where I'm at.
Yes, correct. So I would have gone as a sprinter, but then very quickly I realized, okay, I guess I'm not fast in Texas. So I, I was like, in order to keep this scholarship, we
You're
need to
like,
make some
yeah,
serious changes fast.
these Texas
Right?
girls are moving, Jack.
Oh, they're
Right?
different. They are a special breed. I could not
For sure.
compete. Yeah, and at our college, we had a specialist in, every
Yeah.
different thing. So distance, jumps,
Yeah.
and I would have had a specialist coach for the jumps who helped take me to the next level.
So it going to the next level, that's of course getting called to the Olympics. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, so does that happen is that something I don't even know, like even age wise? Or yeah, I do. I guess some of these people I see are really young. So do they come at you in college? Like, does your college coach come up and say, "Hey, check this out. We got some people that want to holler at you," or read this email, or how's that go?
Okay, well, the one thing I like about the Olympics, there's a standard. So no one can ever claim that you got there through favoritism. No one can ever claim that you bought your way in. You literally have to hit the standard.
Okay.
And while I was I think I was around the age of 21, I competed at a track meet and I actually got the qualifying standard by at the same time making such a big jump that I broke the national record in my country, which went on to stand for 20 years. That was how big this jump was.
Wow.
Yes. And it
Okay.
qualified me for the Olympic Games.
Man, we need to, if there ain't a statue yet, we need to get one. I don't know what they're doing. Well, so, and they, okay. And this, did you actually go to the Olympics or get invited to the training or how does it work? Can you get invited to the training and then not go? I guess what happens? Is
Right.
it like come and practice with us and let's see if you're good enough from here?
Yeah. So once you qualified, you have pretty much made the team, the squad,
Right.
especially in a smaller nation in the US now, even though you qualified, you still have to compete to be one of the top three in each discipline to go.
Sure.
But in my country, I would have made the team. There were 5 athletes, and we would have gone to Tennessee to do some training beforehand from about 3, 4 weeks out. And then we went over to the Olympic Village. The games were the Centennial Games in Atlanta,
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
1996. Yes. And then things went a little wrong, a lot wrong.
Oh,
Yes. Yes.
what you mean after the Olympics or during the Olympics?
Well, let me tell you.
Oh man, this is where
So
I feel
what
like it's getting to
people,
get good.
good with a twist.
Okay.
What people don't realize is that shortly before, just a couple days before your actual event, there is usually a practice meet to make sure everybody stays sharp. And so a few days before
And that's with other
my,
countries, everything, just everybody.
yes,
Yeah, yeah.
yes, to replicate what, your event is going to feel like on the big day.
Oh yeah, because
So
this
it's
also is a stage for the world. So we need to have our shit
correct.
in order. And
Yes,
okay,
yes,
okay, got you.
yes. So it's the final hurrah for you to get mentally ready and, test out your run up and make sure everything is going okay. And I would have been the last jumper in my heat. It started to rain, cats and dogs, and they decided that after me, they would shut down the meet because track meets really only, you know, get shut down when they see lightning.
Yeah.
So I went blazing down the runway, full speed. It would have been raining cats and dogs. The water was all in my eyes. I could hardly see. And when I hit the board, something happened that changed the trajectory of my life. The board would have been wet and my foot would have slipped from under me. And on takeoff, I tore my leg in 3 places. And as I crumpled in the sand, I'm wailing, rain is pouring, and to look around and see the stands clearing out, that was when it hit me that I had just reached the highest and lowest point of my life at the exact same time.
Hey everybody, I want to take a quick second to let you know that the Beyond Business Studio swag store is officially open. Click the link in the description or scan this QR code to get your apparel game on point and rep Beyond Business. We got hats, hoodies, t-shirts, tank tops, and everything else. Several logos to choose from. Scan and customize yours today. I also want to shout out the partners who help make Beyond Business possible. First up is Dubby Energy Drink. If you're grinding, creating, training, or just need clean energy without the crash, Dubby is my go-to. No sugar, no spikes, no nonsense, just focus, endurance, and clarity. Head over to dubby.gg and use code BeyondBiz at checkout to get 10% off your order. That's BeyondBiz. Support the show and fuel the hustle at the same time. Oakwood Screen Printing. These gals are the real deal when it comes to custom apparel. Direct to film, silk screening, embroidering, heat transferring, you name it, they do it. And they don't just put it on clothing, they put it on anything. Whether you're in need of a small custom run or a massive order, Oakwood Screen Printing handles it all. Fast, professional, and top-tier quality. If you've got a brand, a business, a team, or an idea, they'll bring it to life. Check them out at oakwoodscreenprinting.com. And finally, Midwest Lightning Rods, protecting homes, businesses, and critical infrastructures from lightning strikes across the Midwest. This isn't just another contractor. This is decades of experience, code-compliant systems, and real protection where it matters most. When lightning strikes, preparation makes the difference. Learn about how you can become part of the community that's been protected by MLR at lightningstrikes-weprotect.com. As always, when you support these companies, you're supporting Beyond Business. If you haven't done it yet, I urge you to hit that subscribe button right below this post and follow the Beyond Business page on all your social media platforms that you follow. Now, let's dive back into it.
Oh my goodness. That is insane. So you're going, or their thing was going, well, hasn't lightning, it's an all-weather track, so no worries, except for the launching point, which was obviously slick when wet.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Wow, man. Okay. So obviously that's horrible. What's your first move? I mean, obviously you probably go to some sort of healthcare or medical something to get looked at, but do you call home? What happens?
Well, the thing is, I mean, athletes get injured, so it wasn't really the injury itself that was.
Oh, in your mind, you could heal and come back.
Yeah. The problem is, though, when you realize that the tears were in 3 major places, it was almost as if you have no chance of even trying to get repaired in time to even hobble on the track. So,
when did you know that? After you fell and got hurt, they take you to the infirmary or whatever, and
correct.
Then
and they would have done x-rays and seen that there were 3 tears. So even though I was begging, look, let's try to do something.
You're like, let me get a shot. Let me get something. Let's go.
Something. I had to sit down and watch my own event on a small screen TV in the Olympic dorm. Real life. And the thing is, what hurt
you
the
made
most,
it. You freaking made it.
You made it there, but you know what? That's something that I can appreciate now.
Yeah.
At the time, it didn't feel like that. At the time,
right. Yeah, feel like you just God just ruined for whatever reason. You're going.
Yes.
I would have done something good.
Correct. And it was extremely challenging because the toughest thing was, of course, calling home to tell your parents how. That was the most traumatic part of everything for me.
So through your growing up and in college and all of that, you had a strong support system. Your siblings and your parents were cheering you on, huh?
Always behind me, and I felt like the biggest
brothers are taking
failure.
credit. Like, you're welcome. We did that. We taught her how to run from us.
And I felt like a failure having to let them know they can't even watch me on the screen. That was actually the hardest part of everything for me.
That's just a young mind thinking, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. But you're going, I was doing this for more than just me. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's how it goes, man. Jeez.
Correct. Yeah. So it was tough. And when you come home, I mean, I think you're allowed to be depressed. Yeah. But to show you what happens, how your mind plays on you, I didn't even want to come out of the house because you have this perception that everybody's looking at you saying, there's the failure.
And you made that up. Most of the time we make that up. And then,
of course.
You prejudge ourselves for actually doing something that no one else could ever do.
Yes.
You know what I
Yes.
mean? But yeah, it's that moment. So you get back from Atlanta
Hmm.
and is back Texas, back to school or back home?
Right. So I would have then returned to Barbados because it was the summer.
Oh, fair.
And then I still had more year of school afterwards.
So when you went back to Barbados in that summer, was it like was sports done? Was Olympic collegiate level of sports done?
No, I had one more year to go. So you kind of knew that you could have still performed well. But I think one thing that is challenging is the Olympics comes around once every 4 years. It is only a handful of, think about it. It's 1% of 1% of 1% of 1% of the world that makes it to elite level. And then
Yeah.
only a handful of those people are able to replicate getting there again. So you know that the likelihood of you operating at that level again is kind of done,
Yes.
you know? So
Yes.
mentally, it takes a
But
toll on you
you know
knowing.
that now, or you registered then that it's like this isn't realistic? Are you like, no, I feel amazing. I can kill these young kids.
No,
Or no, you knew it.
I knew then, and
Yeah.
the passion was not the same.
Right. Your rug got yanked out from under you already,
Yes.
man. But you know, the 1% of the 1% of the 1%. I mean, congratulations. Give a
Thank
shit if you
you.
broke your, pulled something or not. Yeah, I mean, that is elite. I mean, that's really, it sucks that you didn't get to possibly go have a medal you could be wearing right now bragging about it, but so what? Really? You know what I mean? I think if you win one,
Correct.
they make you pay for it anyway. I did hear something about that. Is I watched a Michael Phelps on a podcast here. It was like a year ago, and whoever he
Mhm.
was talking to was telling him about all the asking him about all the medals he had won. And he's kind of a free spirit, right? Michael, you
Mhm.
know what I'm talking about, the swimmer.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So he's like, yeah, it was like $1,500 per gold medal he had to pay to get. Like he won it, but in order to have it, he had to pay for it.
What?
Yeah, that's what he said. He goes, yeah, I got like $60,000 worth of medals. And it's like, wait, what do you mean?
Wow.
He goes, yeah, I had to, like, if my parents didn't have money, they would have just had it on written somewhere that I had gold medals. They don't let you have those.
You are kidding
And
me,
that's what I said. I
man.
said, that's some United States shit, man. They're like, they could pay for them. I was like, that's crazy. But no, it was for real. I think I looked it up and it was like, yeah, we usually
Wow.
usually these days they're sponsors and whatnot, but still,
Right,
I
right.
mean, if I won, let me get that sponsor money. I don't
I know, right? Oh,
no.
goodness.
But so did you go back your senior year? Did you go back to school your senior year?
Yes. So I went back to school and I competed. I would
Oh,
have done well, etc. But it was as
oh, so
if
you
the
were back
year,
moving by then. I mean, you were,
yes.
oh, okay.
It's just that I would not have healed up in time for my actual event.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, no way.
Yeah.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Hmm.
So now at this point, first, what was your study focus in college? What were you majoring in?
Undergrad, I did managerial studies in Spanish.
Okay. And
Yes.
what was your plan when you were in college? What do you say, here's what I'm going to do when I grow up or whatever? Like, here's what my job is going to be, and here's where I'm going to live, and here's what I want to do. Like, did you have that?
Absolutely not. And and you see that is the part that a lot of people don't talk about.
Right.
It is very difficult by 22 years old to know what you want to do for the rest of your life. So we say different titles, doctor, lawyer, psychologist, but the majority of us, I was just trying to get through school with good grades, and I figured that the universe would then give me a signal to
Yes.
know where I'm supposed to go.
Right.
And I figured that business too would have been open-ended enough to help point me in whatever direction it was supposed to be, but I genuinely didn't have a clue.
Well, and that's what it said. Like a business degree is the most valuable, worthless degree ever. You know what I mean? Because it's if you can apply it, perfect, but you're not going to get a job because of it. You know,
Correct.
Okay,
Correct. It's
yeah,
foundational. It's
yes,
foundational, you know?
yes. Well,
Um,
so what happened when college ended? You just did your 4 years. Did you go longer than 4 years?
I did my 4 years undergrad in
Uh-huh.
Houston, Texas, and then I
Okay.
was able to get a graduate scholarship to the Inter-American University of Puerto Rico to do my MBA.
Okay.
So I majored there in marketing and HR management, and I got to coach their athletes. So and that helped pay off tuition and accommodation.
Oh, sweet. And you're still heavily involved and you got all the clout in the world, obviously. Yeah, they probably love to have they love to have you.
Hmm.
Okay. So when you get your degree, is it you knew where you were landing yet after that? Or you still were going, no, I'm going back to Barbados. I got some cool stuff for my mom to hang on the wall. Would have
That's
cost
the
someone
thing.
else $100,000 and I earned it.
I, I always knew I wanted to come back home. Um, you know, they say home is where the heart is. I
Sure.
wanted to be home. And once I came here, I started the daunting process of sending out application after application. I remember printing off about 60 to 80, and I got back about six telling me, thanks, but nothing for you right now.
Right.
And
The other ones just ignored you.
exactly. But I lucked out when I got the opportunity to come to a hotel for an interview, and they interviewed me for the management trainee position.
Okay.
It would be for 2 years, and then after that, they would kind of know what I would be best suited for.
And you
And
were
and
bilingual too, right?
yes, so I had Spanish.
Yeah.
I also had French in my head.
Okay.
I had studied Portuguese and German as
Oh,
well as
that's valuable at a hotel or
yeah, basic
airport or anything
degrees.
like that. Yeah, yeah.
Correct, correct. And eventually I was promoted to sales manager after 2 years. So it was my job to put butts in beds for a four-star resort.
Okay. Okay. At a beautiful place. I mean, yeah, right.
Yes,
So
absolutely.
here's my question is who are how who are you now that your entire life up to this point has consisted of practice and workouts every day? And on the days that you're not working out, you're making sure you don't overdo it on anything because then you just put in this work for nothing. So, what are you like now that you're degreed up, you're educated, you're sending out these applications, you actually land a gig, but what everything that made you who you are is no longer there. Was that a gradual thing? Was it even a thought process? Did you miss it? Or was it like, no, I guess it's time for real life. So here we go.
I think that's it. I thought it was time for real life.
Yeah.
But the reality is the traits that you have or that I would have had back then, they hadn't gone anywhere.
Right.
They were just being redirected.
That's the shift,
So
right? Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
So if I was at work, I was the best professional you would ever have. I was disciplined in terms of, grinding out reports and getting the work done. So that was a natural spin-off of having done it for so long. And then when I got the bug to go into entrepreneurship eventually, those traits stayed with me, where I
Yes.
always felt the desire to grind in order to earn my way through life.
Well, and I mean, you just said something that is so powerful. It's like, if you're going to be there, I have a 15-year-old son. A couple years ago, he asked a question whenever maybe like we go to like a conference with his teacher once a year and they just tell you how they're doing or whatever. And
Mhm.
he's an academic. Yeah, we don't have no problem. So it was nothing but good
Right.
reports. But the teacher had expressed how there were a few kids in his class that were failing. And I don't know what the hell they're doing. I just know we don't have no problems. You know what I mean? I mean, he gets his stuff done. There's no challenges
Mhm.
necessarily. So he and I have the conversation, and I go, man, do you know any of the kids who are, because he's got a kind heart. So it's one of them to where if I told him someone was struggling, he might try to be like, help them with a book report or something, or maybe, you know what I mean? Like maybe they
Yes.
don't know how to do it. And that's what I always say is it's not, you know, I do accuse a lot of people of being lazy because we are a very lazy generation, I guess.
Mm,
But a lot of people are just ignorant too. You know, there's a people that
mhm.
will do stuff, don't know how, won't ask because there's been that weird, cloud around not knowing. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Then that makes you dumb. And I'm like, that makes you the smartest person I know if you'll ask, But either way, I say all that to go, man, there's people that are struggling. And I go, is everything cool? I mean, no problem you got? And he's like, yeah, but he goes, they just don't pay attention. He goes, we're all there. I don't go home and study.
Mm,
They give us time to study in class. They give us a study hall. Like, I don't understand why they would spend the same time I'm there if they're not going to study at home. We should all get good grades. And I'm like, that's the question you're going to ask for the rest of your damn life is how come we're all here at the same amount of time? And, but that's it. It goes, and this goes back to what you were saying is if I'm going to do it, everything you do, unless I guess you're just pushing a button at a factory or something like that,
mm,
everything you do can be done half-ass or it can be done great. Why not? You know what I mean? It is like, why not
correct.
set the standard of going, well, if you guys are okay with okay, then you're going to love me. You know what I mean? I'm going to work my way up in this company. And I've known people who have done it. I know a guy who came home from being incarcerated.
Mm,
Okay? And we had several conversations and the end result was go anywhere they will hire you, be the best you can be, and see where it gets you. And this dude came home, got a job at I won't even name the restaurant. It's a chain, but like cooking
mhm.
breakfast in the back, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Dishwashing actually.
Hmm.
Made his way to a line cook. Fast forward 3 months, he's the manager of the restaurant.
Wow.
Now he left the restaurant because he's made so many connections from feeding people at this restaurant that he's a
Mhm.
dispatcher for a big CDL company. And it is like, he's like, dude, 5 months. I have shit.
Wow.
I did it. He was at a halfway house till he got his own apartment. And it
Mhm.
was like, okay, it sucks, right? I mean, but his 5 years prior to that sucked way worse. You know what
For
I
sure.
mean? But for him to
Yes.
go, all I got to do is be a yes man, kiss ass, and bust my ass. And I'm like,
Hmm.
I've never not had respect for someone who worked hard and didn't have a shitty attitude. If you got a good attitude, you can kind of even get away with not working as hard. you know, be
True.
positive. You know what I
It's
mean?
true.
But it's not popular. But yeah, to see someone like that prove it, it goes, yeah, we're all not cut from the same cloth. But that's the part that I don't really get, man. Because I know people who put, man, 60 hours a week into career people who go get their 40 plus 20 overtime to double their paycheck, but they are doing bare minimum intentionally. It isn't like they get to nap. You know what I mean? It's like,
Right. Yes.
let me just not do anything. And it's like, okay, I guess the company's stupid, but what? I don't know. To each their own, right? But yeah, it was funny to hear like a 13-year-old go, like, not doing this or getting a F, that's an option. And I'm like, no, for the record. I mean, I
Yes.
guess it is
Yes.
at his house, it's an option, but yeah, we'd be having a different conversation. But yeah, it is just funny because it's like in
Mm,
his mind, he goes, well, I have to clean my room and get good grades. Like, that's pretty sweet.
exactly.
I'm like, yeah, okay, yeah. Thought we were going to argue about this, but you get it. So yeah, thank God. No. So when you were in the hotel industry and you end up getting bumped up to sales manager, and you got to
Hmm.
start putting butts in beds in a beautiful vacation spot that's not cheap. I mean, right? I mean, if you're at a 4-star hotel, you're cream of the crop. You got a nice place, you know. So
Correct.
how long did you stay? Was it incentivized pay? Were you salary? Were you incentivized by putting butts in beds, or how were you paid? I don't mean to get into it too much, but that's what I like to know is what
Yeah,
kind
no problem. No,
yeah.
it was, and that's the thing, the incentive was missing, because it was just straight pay. And obviously
Oh.
turning over in my head, you have Monopoly girl thinking, so this is it for the rest of my time here. I just
Oh,
get
so
this
that
and
was
no
it. If
more.
you're going, I can't make more off doing better, then why do better? Yeah, I guess that's what I was saying. Is that's
Yeah, that's where the pull came from. I started saying, wait a minute, we just sat down in a meeting and discussed how we've made $2.5 million this year, thanks to my efforts, obviously. But
yeah.
where's anything in it for me? I go
Yeah,
back to my,
we're up 40% and you get $1 raise. You're like, wait, what?
it wasn't making sense. And
Oh,
at that
yeah.
point in time, I started hungering. There was something inside of me pulling me for more, because it didn't sit right with me that I am doing so much for somebody else and they benefit, and I am still here getting my little monthly salary, you know?
Yeah, right. But are you at a point in life where I think, unfortunately, most of the free world is that you need a paycheck. I mean,
Yes,
yeah, I mean, you got to pay the bills, even if you hate your job. It's kind of like, well,
correct.
yeah. So how do you manage your way out of that situation?
Well, obviously it took time.
Sure.
And also I had never had anybody in my family who had worked for themselves, so I didn't even know what it looked like.
Right.
Um, from there, I went on to another business where I got to do a mixture of marketing several hotels and then handling luxury condo development. I was the developer's representative, so real estate agents came to me. And I think that was where I was like, now or never, because here I was disseminating all this information to agents for condos that were 750,000 US, a million US. And
Yeah.
guess what? My salary was still here.
Oh, it still wasn't commission.
Still was not commissioned. And I
Oh,
was
you're like,
talking
you
to
guys are telling me
agents.
the amount of money that's going through my hands and not giving me none?
None.
Oh, yeah,
None.
that sucks.
You,
Yeah.
you understand?
Yeah,
But I
meanwhile,
needed
the
that.
real estate agent's making 30 grand off a phone call.
Correct.
Yeah,
And I'm
yeah,
seeing
yeah.
this. I'm seeing this. So by the time it got to the ninth unit sale out of 16 units, I was like, I was like, we need to wise up here. So I asked the company to help me, to support me in going to a real estate course for their good. But of course, guess what? Once that knowledge is in my head, you can't take it from me, can you?
Right, 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 right. Oh, you were saying, let me double dip. If I'm going to do this, let me be on the other side too. And did they go for it?
Well, no, what I did, I started from the perspective of let me learn real estate because it's to your benefit.
For sure. I'm one of your
At
people
that point in time, I had not dipped my feet in the water
at
on the
all.
realtor side, because I remember I had no concept of how it was done.
Right. You're like,
I never
I'll
worked
learn
with
this
an
shit for
agency.
whatever they're getting. I'll learn it. I mean, right? It is like you guys ain't the. I mean, realtors are great, but you guys ain't like you guys ain't brain freaking surgeons over here. Let's go.
I was like, let me figure out what they're doing. And what
Yeah.
happened was, as being a decent person, I went to the boss and said, look, just letting you know, I'm doing a little website on the side, to see if I could sell a little house. And everything I made looked very small and diminutive. And they were like, sure, until I actually sold a house.
Mm.
Then they realized, wait a minute, wait a minute. They didn't like that, and
So you were still on the clock, and they're
I was
even
still on the clock.
supporting you with this side hustle that they're like, it's not going to work. No worries. Yeah, good
Correct.
job. And then you're like, okay. All right, I just sold this little house and got more money than yeah.
Yep. And the joke is, I end up buying before I had a sale, and I think this is what triggered my demise at that company. Before I even had a sale, I had the money from that particular job to buy a nice, fast luxury car. Okay.
Oh, what'd you
Yes,
get? What
I
was
like
it?
speed. I have a heavy foot, so
What
I
was
bought
it?
that car.
What'd you
But the
get?
joke is that it was a BMW coupe.
Okay.
Yeah, it was
Yes,
real
there.
sweet. real sweet. And the thing is, when they saw it though, they assumed that I had sold something at that stage. I had not sold anything up until that point. Right?
You're
So
like,
that was out of
gotcha.
my own salary money, but they
Right.
assumed that she's balling, and all of a sudden it became a hostile work environment.
Oh, you got treated
Yeah.
differently. And you're like, no, I'm
Oh yeah.
broke still. You guys can be nice.
And it became hostile. They didn't like me, and you could feel the difference in the atmosphere. It got really tense.
So,
Even though they had just given me a great performance review and so forth, all of a sudden it went downhill from there.
so does that ignite you or make you kind of doubt what the hell you're doing at the moment?
That ignited the bejesus out of me
Okay, so
because I
you're
was
like,
like, you know
okay,
what?
mission, I'm out of here.
And that's the thing. At that time, I hadn't sold any lot of anything because I mainly had sold land by then. It wasn't that much money, right?
Yeah.
It wasn't any big property.
But it
But I
was,
had to make
you
a
saw it
decision.
was possible, right? You're going, oh, wait,
Yes,
yeah, I'm getting
yes,
0% of that.
yes,
Even if I'm not selling $1 million places, if I can get 3% of $100,000, that's more than 0% of a million.
yeah.
Yeah.
But you see, it is extremely hard. Real estate is extremely hard, and people sometimes act as if it's easy money. It is not. It
Okay.
takes momentum. It takes putting in loads of effort. And I would say for the first 5 years, it was very demoralizing
Oh,
because, yeah, you see, people assume that you go, you show a house, you sell it, you make money. No, no, it doesn't work that way. No,
right.
sir.
That's only the
It,
clips we show you on
thank
Instagram.
you. That's the highlight reel that you see on social media.
Right.
A lot of it, 95% of real estate, especially when you start, 95% of it leads to $0 and 0 cents.
It's all relationship building. That's all you're doing.
Yes,
Waiting on the people that
yes,
you just met to finally decide to make a move, or their brother or their sister, their cousin, some
correct. And that takes
for
time.
sure. So
Yeah,
so it's a struggle.
yes,
So
indeed.
at any point in time, and now that's your job though, right? You didn't also have a job,
But I made a decision to leave the job because I could sense that they were trying to
right?
lock me in and tie me down. And I resigned. People thought I was mad because I resigned, not with another job to go to, not with a vibrant real estate career. I resigned with nothing to go to, and
But good
and
for
now
you
trying
for
to,
going, I'm not doing this. I don't have to do this. Like, because
yeah,
that's, yeah, I don't know. I'm really big on, I mean, if that company played their cards right, however long ago that was, if they play their cards right and keep you happy, you never leave them.
correct.
You know what I mean? Is even if you're an agent now or a broker now, you're doing it for them because they were good to you when you know what I mean? So to shit on people is just crazy to me, especially like when they seen you doing something, pulling up in that Beamer. I honestly thought you were the shift was gonna be that they started treating you better. I thought
No,
they were like, oh shit,
mm-mm,
she's a killer. We got to keep her.
no,
No, they were like,
no.
we're gonna not let you be successful.
Yeah, yeah. And at that time too, I was working for, it was predominantly a male organization, and I would have been the youngest. I would have been the youngest and female. So, they just saw me as like, what are you doing? I was getting out of my slot.
Right, right.
Yeah,
You're like, no, I'm just the only one who is not going to be stuck. Like everyone's,
exactly.
but so that's not even really to blame people. I know people even now that, um, back in the '90s when we got out of high school, they got a good job. Or what was good when you're 18, didn't want to go to college, but it was, a
Mhm.
factory job or whatever.
Yes.
But now you're, 30 years later, and it's like you did that your whole life. Like you
Mm,
you maxed out what you were gonna make in like 2002, and you're still
mm,
there. Like,
yeah.
but in their mind, they go, "Yeah, I own a house that I'm fine with. that I'll pay for a new roof and a new furnace when it goes out, but nothing special. I don't need a lot, or I'll drive my truck forever. And it's like, I get that, right? I do. I get that. But it's also like, what do you do it for, man? Like, what do you do if you can't? I don't know. I need to listen to my own advice there too. But you know what I mean? If you can't make yourself enjoy something, like to just settle when you put 70 hours, 60 hours a week.
Yeah.
That's crazy to me. I probably do that in time, but I have employees too. You know, I don't know what I'm going to make.
Yes.
You know, it should be okay though. You know what I mean? But yeah, it's one of those to where, again, it's different wiring. I know people who are my age literally just going, let me get to this certain age and I can be done working, collect my pension, get my Social Security and just chill. And it's like, I'm never going to not work. I mean, I'm not going to, I don't like, you know, I'm not out here shoveling rock or anything, but you know what I mean? I feel like, I don't know. It's just people are wired different, I think. And I'm even kind of jealous of that sometimes. You know what I mean? To be able to go, it's Friday at 3:00. You just turned your brain off to everything related to what you do Monday through Friday, to where I'm going, I got to get ready for you guys next week all weekend. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. But you see, it's based on what drives you.
That's it.
You know, and it's a matter of being purpose driven. So for a long time, I used to feel guilty if I wasn't pushing.
Right.
Because as an athlete, as a former athlete, it is in me to always try to improve, always try to level up.
Yeah, that's your one speed is go. Let's go. Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
So to be static felt very uncomfortable.
Yeah.
You know? It's just about what is your purpose driven score, essentially.
And a lot of times it's like the older I get, it's like sometimes you can do more by doing less. If that, you know,
there you go.
It is like, it's like, it's like, right. I don't know what I got done when I did that for 10 years, but
yeah,
sometimes. So what is your right now? What do you do for a living?
Well, I would say I'm an entrepreneur. I'm still primarily a realtor, but I see that should be my catalyst to earn from that to do other things. So I like investing in properties that are falling down, looking as if they're dying, and totally revitalizing them. Although it knocks the wind out of my sails, doing that and seeing the end result is so soul satisfying.
Oh yeah.
And also I'm a speaker as well. So I help to, motivate. I'm a transformational speaker. So sometimes I'm called in by organizations to help motivate their staff and help them remember their why, and try to help minimize levels of absenteeism and people calling in sick and, just not showing up with enthusiasm. So I enjoy that as well, seeing the transformation.
Well, and I see that you talk about, and you talk to people about knowing their worth, right? Mm-hmm. Which it kind of sounds like that's just been you, but right? I mean, it's just who you are. So when you see other people that don't have that, it's like, so what's the biggest thing or biggest lie that people tell themselves about their own value that you come across?
It's simple. I'm not good enough. I can't do it. Almost kind of a self-sabotage mentality of, why should I be able to prosper? Whereas my mind has always seen it differently. Why not me?
Why shouldn't? Yeah.
You understand?
But so what is that? It's just a little encouragement goes a long way, or it's kind of, as crazy as it sounds, just reminding adults like, hey, that shit you tell your kids is for you too. You also can do anything you want. You know.
Yes. But you see, you have to then take it from vocalizing it and thinking it to making it a way of life. And not everybody can get that done. So I've done that. I've done that because that was what sports was for me. I had to walk in onto the track as if I was the best. Yes. I had to believe I was the best. My job was to dominate. And I had to see it in my mind that that's why I'm here.
Right.
So I made my thinking an operation system. Not everyone can do that. So I try to coach them on, don't just say it, don't just talk it. You now have to be what you are saying, live what you're saying, and repetition helps with that.
Well, and it's like almost a cop out, but we get so used to how we are, how we think we are, which means we have to be, that if I make changes now, then other people are going to notice. And like that ego thing gets in the way. And it is like just a big, I have this conversation kind of with people too. And it's like, you just want to go, who cares? Let's talk about you. You know what I mean? Like, if I'm almost 50. Guess what? Everybody has went through some shit they don't want you to know about.
Correct.
So who cares? Like, if somebody's judging you for being better, shame on them. And that's a crazy conversation. And guess what? You just think it's going to happen. It's really not. And it's usually how it goes. It goes, form this new habit for a week and see how many people say something negative to you. It's like, yeah, it didn't happen. And I lost 8 pounds. I stopped drinking. It's like, well, let's go, like, but no, well, so how do you travel? I mean, around your area, or do you get out of the country to speak, or how's that work?
Yeah, sometimes I'm invited to speak in different places. One of my biggest speeches that made me feel so honored was an invitation by the U.S. Department of State to speak to it's called a YLI program, Young Leaders Initiative.
Okay.
They flew me into Washington. It was for the closing ceremony of that particular cohort's experiences, and they give me half hour to set them ablaze, and they give me a standing ovation, and it was, I
How
knew I had
awesome.
connected with them from that and entrepreneurial lens. They were excited to have had somebody speak to them that knew what it not meant to be an entrepreneur, but felt like to be an entrepreneur, and
Right.
vocalized it. They're really connected, and it resonated with them.
So well, okay, let's go past the part where you got your injury back in college. I know I'm going backwards a little bit, but between your injury and like your business career, entrepreneur career, your professional career, what was rock bottom? You know what I mean? Was it like when you were out on or I guess, when was rock bottom? And was there ever a time that you had to like check yourself and go, okay, I am who I said I was, even though I'm not doing how it's not going how it's supposed to be going, but I am who I said I am. You know what I'm trying to ask?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say this, that Olympic experience was so rock bottom to me
There's
that
no
anything that's considered rock bottom to other people is
fair
like,
enough. Yeah. So you're going, I'm comparing it to the worst thing that could have happened in my life. So
yes.
yeah.
Yes. I mean, I've had in real estate, usually it's a lot of unethical behavior. I mean, I've got cut out of $1 million deal and sat down and cried like a baby. And then, you bounce back the next day because you have no choice.
Yeah. So I guess that's it. You went into business knowing that nothing is going to last forever. That includes the good times. You know what I mean? If you can kill it for the next 3 months, but you know for sure you're not going to kill it for 30 months straight. At some point, people are going to take a break. It's just how it goes. It's not your fault, not their fault. It's just it's business, man. Whether you're selling things or selling homes or selling insurance or freaking cutting hair, at some months are going to be slower than others. So I guess going in knowing that does make you treat it different. I'll tell you what, been a long time ago, but when I first jumped into it, I jumped into something pretty successful, right? I did not know how to act. I was like, swear to God, I was that guy. It was like, I got a camper, a new truck, a custom Harley, all this shit. Look, then like 8 months later, I'm like kind of broke with a bunch of cool shit. It's like, oh man, it's like, okay, reality check. I just had a good year. I was just a good year. That's not really how this works. But no, that's fair. You did have something pretty traumatic to compare everything to. Um, uh, oh,
And to be honest with you, just to jump in there, the athlete's mindset too helps with life situations in the sense that, okay, let's so people understand how an athlete thinks. Even if I won a gold medal in a track meet today, when I go home, I would have been thinking about how can I get 1 centimeter further the next time, right?
right.
So there was never a time to, I don't think I ever allowed myself to rejoice long, because I always felt that if I rejoiced too long, I would get complacent with where I was
Right.
and not be hungry to climb higher. So that same mentality has gone with me all through life. So in life, I've won awards for working. I have been recognized nationally. I have been in a double page spread in the newspapers. Great. I clap for myself for the day that I see it. And then I'm okay. Time to level up. Keep going.
I was going to
So
say now guess what? Now there's an expectation because they just called you the best, blah, blah, blah. And you're going,
yeah,
oh, I got to stay that if that's what you say. I like that. Oh,
yes. Never settle. Never settle.
that's a really good way to put it. And track is like the perfect sport for it, right? Because at the end of a track season in high school, you can have 18 blue ribbons, but you only won that event at that meet. You got another event and meet tomorrow. So
Right.
put that shit up, and if you don't get another blue one, then take that blue one down.
Right.
No, I get
Always
that.
stay hungry.
Yeah, no, that makes all the sense in the world, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Because, and more people can relate, even people who people who are sports fans, they understand. We call professional athletes and some of the superhumans, because you're the 0.02% of the world.
Yeah.
And I'm watching you play basketball with 9 of them guys. Like,
Yeah.
so we
Mhm.
know that it takes work, you know what I mean? So, but no,
Indeed.
I think it's really cool. Well, just because there's nothing that you put a lot. I don't know many people who have put all their effort into something and it didn't work out somehow. You know what I mean? A lot of people just have a hard time doing that. Complacency is crazy. Again, I think it's people like you or even people like myself going, I have to understand that we're not the same, and that's okay. You know
Yes.
what I mean? Like, if it wasn't for the people who really want to get paid on Friday, then I wouldn't make any money. You know what I mean? Like they love that. So yeah, then
It's true. I know what the world just comprises a variety of
yes.
temperaments,
Yeah.
drives, different people, and it is what it is.
So when someone hears you speak, when you go speak at engagements, what do you want them to take away? I mean, whenever they hear you get done with your story, what do you want the takeaway overall?
Mhm.
It can be a one-liner, it can be a story, whatever you want.
Um, I would say knowing when you know your worth, everything changes.
Mm,
It's as simple as that. When you know your worth, everything changes. The majority of us undervalue ourselves through to life happening to us. And they don't remember that we have so many gifts and talents and skill sets in us to take us to greatness, and they get beaten down. If you take, we've seen this often, if you take a $20 bill, light it on fire, crumple it up, step on it, it's still a $20 bill. The worth has not changed.
right.
Stuff has happened to it, but the value is still the same. Whereas human beings, when we take those knocks and situations crush us, we allow ourselves to go a notch down as opposed to remembering our worth. When you know your worth, it changes everything.
Who decides your worth?
You do on the lens that you see yourself through.
Bam.
As
Perfect.
simple as that.
Perfect.
So if I
Yeah.
walk through life believing I am fearfully and wonderfully made, as the Bible told me, okay, I'm going to hang on to that verse.
Right. Right.
You understand? I'm going to hang on to that. I guess I'm something special. And I
Right.
cling on to that as my anchor. So you get to determine how you see yourself by the language you use to speak to yourself. It's as simple as that.
And how you see yourself rubs off on how people see you, treat you, because it affects the way you carry yourself. It affects the way
Oh,
you
yes.
interact. It's
There you
all,
go.
yeah. Yeah, it's powerful. So at this point, if you have people whether you go talk or whatever, who are you trying to reach? Literally everyone? Or is it
Not
career
everyone.
professionals? Is it college kids? Is it athletes? Is it women? Or what is your like focus that you try to reach whenever you speak?
Yeah, I have two niches, which is number one, women's empowerment, obviously because I'm female,
Yeah.
and trying to make sure we stay elevated and push ourselves to the limit. But also, I do a lot of work with organizations and just trying to uplift them from the core so that they don't see work as work. They
Right.
see work as getting the opportunity to serve someone else. They
Yes.
reframe it. Right. So yeah, I get a lot of soul satisfaction from that.
Well, you definitely have had a really cool journey, and I think yeah, you took a really bad situation, which again, you very quickly bounced out of it. But to have an actual, Wheaties box dream at your fingertips and have that fold in your world, you could have just stepped into the Grand Canyon.
I know, right?
So I get that, but to bounce back and not only, I mean, survive what you now look back and go, yeah, that was traumatic, but I mean, you've seen some people who have had probably bad stuff in their lives that you go,
Yes.
okay, maybe I just, good thing I learned what I learned when I learned it, met who I met when I met them, and you're like thriving in all through life. I think probably maybe because of that partially. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Does the trajectory change if you don't slip? Does everything in life change? You know what I
I
mean?
know, right?
Do you go
It
set
it
a
it
record and you think your shit don't stink and no one can tell you nothing? No, right?
it makes you think. It makes you
You never
think.
know. Yeah, to where
Yeah,
it
and
was,
that
to
but
where the same God we were going, he's going, hold on, man. I'll just chill out. I got you.
yes.
My
And that's
time.
exactly it.
Yeah.
I do believe there has been a defining purpose behind that tragedy.
Yes,
Think about it. I started speaking out of that situation.
absolutely.
That is what
You
opened doors for
and
me, you know?
honestly, other than being inspiring to a couple younger athletes, would you have that powerful a story that affects people from winning a medal? I don't know. You might have just been awesome.
Exactly.
So who knows?
Exactly.
But you took advantage of
Yeah.
a situation. So before I get you off here, I want to do this. If there is somebody that, or any of my listeners, your listeners, anybody who's watching right now, if they are in a position where maybe they feel stuck, maybe they do question their worth, um, or maybe they don't even understand that that whether they have a value or they don't even recognize a worthiness lens in
Mm,
their life, probably because they undervalue themselves and it's just normal. But what would you say directly to them? I mean, just I don't care if you say sing a song, pray, read the Bible, read a book, whatever. I don't know. What
yeah.
would you just say? What is your yeah.
I would say there is somebody else out there waiting for your greatness to come out and shine. If you stay there and stay insular, life will feel boring and as if you were spinning in quicksand. But
Mm,
if you start seeing life as, if I can just bring out the best of me, it will help and elevate somebody else. You will start seeing life as more than just you in your own little world, and you will understand your worth as part of the world on a whole, and it will be so much more meaningful, and you will feel so much more purpose driven. So remember, someone is out there relying on your greatness.
Mm.
So it's your duty now to bring it out.
Well, I know why they pay you to speak, man. This is like, you're like just creating viral clips here. I'm like, good Lord, she's ready, dude. She's ready. I did not send her these questions beforehand, just so you guys know. No, I'm saying I think perspective is absolute key in the way that I don't know, the way that you can put it. I mean, you're saying stuff that I believe and agree with. I've just never heard it certain ways that it really, I just go, man, that's what I'm talking about. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just the ability to communicate with people, right? The ability to value people, to understand that we all really do have a purpose. And
Yes.
some of it, we're not all, kings and queens. We all have a purpose, though. And the best thing you can do when you feel like you can't do anything, go be nice to someone and see how that makes you feel. Out of the blue, kindness for no reason is the most gratifying thing ever for whatever reason. You know what I mean? When you do something that makes someone look at you like, why are you being nice to me? It's like, because you're human, bro. That's why.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
And sometimes they just needed to hear that one good word could have stopped them from killing themselves.
You're right. You're right.
That's why you have to pour out of you and start seeing that you are here for others.
Right. Good for you. Hey, it has been an absolute pleasure. I don't know. We'll talk after this and anything, whether you have I don't know if we didn't even get to it. If you have like websites or books or programs or just social media, whatever, I will link everything to connect to you right here on this. So I'm sure there's going to be people that want to look into you a little bit, just because I feel like I could sit here for hours, man. Yeah, you're fun to talk to.
It's been a great chat.
Yeah, for sure. Well, yeah, I'm not opposed to keeping in tune with you just to see what happens and what goes on moving forward in your life, because you're doing good things. And yeah, it was great to get to talk to you and get your perspective and your wisdom and hear your story and talk to one of the 1% of the 1% of the 1%ers, man.
Thank you so much, and the pleasure is mine.
Yeah, thank you very much. Well, hey guys, thanks for joining us on another episode of the Beyond Business Podcast. If you want to hear more about this guest, there's going to be links in the description, in the description for you to click on to check her out. And as always, follow us on all your social media platforms that you follow, and smash that subscribe button to the channel. It'll make us keep being able to bring you what we do. Thank you, everyone. Thank you very much for being the guest today. It's been an absolute pleasure. And until next time, everyone, be kind to each other. It's free and it's valuable.
Quick shout out to our partners, W Energy, clean energy, no crash. Use code BeyondBiz at w.gg for 10% off. Oakwood Screen Printing, custom apparel done right, from small runs to big orders. And Midwest Lightning Rods, protecting homes and businesses from lightning strikes across the Midwest. Now let's go. Beyond Business.
Yo, we on business. Yo, we out here hitting that grind. Podcast vibes, letting loose, unwind. Next on the mic, yeah, he flexing with pride. Meeting dope souls, taking you on the ride. Talking about life, not just that paper. Doing it big, ain't no time for a hater. People yap behind his back, but we rise like the sun. Gather round, fam, we just having some fun. Beyond business, it's a vibe, feel that thrill, getting intimate. May even get your heart filled. Meeting the legends, those raw and real. Digging deep thoughts, show you how to feel. From the block to the boardroom, we making that move. Beyond business, baby, yeah, we got the groove. Shout out to the hustlers, the real street thugs. We all eat together, no need for the drugs. Yeah, you blessed with the gift, determined to thrive. Nick's breaking it down, keeping that fire alive. Let's go deep like the ocean, no bluff. Beyond business, baby, we can't get enough.